that clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
Okay, so finally we start the great franchise of the movie that comes out tonight at midnight. The third one, I should say. The Dark Knight trilogy. But ironically, the first one is Batman Begins. So here we go, guys. Batman Begins. Let's do this. So Batman Begins is, as I said, the first of the trilogy made by Christopher Nolan. Now, Christopher Nolan did a great job at making this trilogy. It is how a trilogy should be. Batman Begins being good and drawing the people's attention. Then Dark Knight drew the viewers' attention even more because it was just great. And Dark Knight Rises I have not seen yet, but I have watched reviews, and they said it is a great way to end the trilogy. So Batman Begins really starts out with Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne. It shows the beginning part of it. Well, it sort of starts out later, like when he's stuck in prison. And he is stuck in prison because he wanted to find out more about how bad guys live their lives and find out more about them and then stop them from the inside, basically. But he is unable to do that himself. He's been training a little bit, but not too much. So then he gets found by Liam Neeson, who is Ra's al Ghul. Now, Ra's al Ghul is sort of an old guy along with the Shadow Alliance. I don't remember their exact name. I'm just going to call them the Shadow Alliance, but they are the League of Shadows. I just remembered it, but he trains with them and he becomes the Ninja Dark Knight that we all know and have come to love. But he trains with them for a little while, and Ra's al Ghul tells him that he needs to overcome his fear because the League of Shadows uses fear as a weapon. So he needs to overcome his fear, and his fear is of bats, basically, because when he was younger, he ended up falling down a well, and bats flew at him, and he became afraid of them. This led into while he was at the theater with his parents, he had to leave because he saw one of the characters kind of look like a bat. So him and his parents left, and then that led into his parents being killed in the alleyway because they would not give over their money. Well, they were trying to, and then all of a sudden the guy ended up shooting them. So this leads into Bruce thinking about his parents and how his parents died. So it kind of really shows how his parents died in this movie. And then it leads into he leaves the League of Shadows, goes back to Gotham, and starts becoming the Dark Knight, really. Just Batman, though. And he says, there's one line in it where Alfred asks, why bats? And they've already designed, and he starts working for Wayne Enterprises, or whatever it is, and goes with Lucius, and played by Morgan Freeman, and he comes in and says he needs all this kind of stuff, and that's how he becomes Batman, and basically that's how Morgan Freeman becomes like the technical person for Batman, helps him design the suit and all that. But Alfred asks, why bats, sir? And he says, bats scare me, and it's time for my enemies to feel my dread, which just shows like why he chose bats and how he chose the thing that scared him most to become what he is. So later, he has to face the villain. He's really taking down the crime lords, which no one has been able to do. And finally, he'll have to face the main villain in this movie, which is the Scarecrow. Then followed by the second villain, which is Ra's al Ghul. Now, really, Ra's al Ghul is the top villain. You just don't really see him. You're mostly dealing with the Scarecrow. What the plot of this movie is that they have a microwave emitter, which emits microwaves, as it says, and evaporates all the water sources around. And so what they're doing is they're putting a drug that must be inhaled through the lungs into the water, and then using the microwave emitter to release the water as vapor, and then therefore releasing the drug. Now, this drug sort of amplifies your fear ratio, and you're seeing everything as like something scary. Scarecrow uses it as his weapon, since he's just wearing like a sort of mesh bag over his head that has the face of a scarecrow, sort of, and he uses that drug, which he sprays out of his like wrists, out of these things on his wrists. But Ra's al Ghul is the main planner in this. He's shipping over the drug since the League of Shadows is the one who grows the drug. And they're hoping to just destroy all of Gotham so they can... I don't know why. I can't remember why, but they're just hoping to do this all to Gotham by sending it into Wayne Enterprises, and it will send it on a chain reaction through all the pipes, and they're doing it on a train. So Batman has to come in, and after his whole house has been burned down, he comes over, comes to Ra's al Ghul, beats him up, and he says, good, now you can finally kill him, since in the beginning, Bruce Wayne left the League of Shadows because he did not want to kill a man, and now Ra's al Ghul is telling him, oh, now you have to kill me, and he goes, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And then he kind of does his Batman thing and leaps off the train by opening his cape. I like this movie a lot because it explains a lot how Batman, like, what he is. I saw The Dark Knight first, and then I saw Batman Begins, so it was a little cool for me to find out how he became Batman, like how his cape works. It's like electronics in the cape, which make the cloth, like, stable, as well as his, like, suit, a lot of his gadgets and stuff. Basically, why bats also, as I said. Also, he has his love interest, Rachel. I cannot remember the actress who plays her, but as he's coming back, he really shows, like, there was a promise made in The Dark Knight saying, like, they would not be together until Gotham no longer needs Batman. And, so, sorry, there's people downstairs, but, so I really like this movie. Did you guys like this movie? Did you guys like The Batman Begins? I sure did. Hope if you guys did, leave a comment below saying what you liked about it. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video reviewing The Dark Knight. One more thing, guys, as you probably noticed, I do have a new poster right over here. This is kind of a cool poster. I have a couple more coming. This poster is just the footprint of Neil Armstrong on the moon, and then on the bottom it says, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Just the quote that he said. I kind of like it. I put it up here. I rearranged the posters a little bit. This one's kind of falling. But yeah, you can see, like, I'm trying to cover basically this entire wall with posters. So we'll see what happens, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, as I said, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.